Hello, today I will be talking about Enhanced Milieu Teaching, or EMT. So what is Enhanced Milieu Teaching? Well, it is an evidence-based intervention that can be easily incorporated into everyday activities. This method uses a child's interests and initiations as opportunities for teaching language. The great thing about EMT is that it can be incorporated into almost any activity in a naturalistic setting. Enhanced Milieu Teaching uses model and prompt language to expand on a child's communication abilities. Enhanced Milieu Teaching is made up of 6 main tools, which I will explain in the following slides. The first tool is creating an interactive context. This includes using activities or toys that are engaging and interesting to the child. Number 2, responsive interactions. Reinforcing your child's language by acknowledging their attempts to communicate and responding appropriately is important for their language development. Number 3, modeling and expanding play. This tool is fun and easy to incorporate into your interactions with your child during playtime. Number 4, modeling communication targets helps expand on your child's existing communication. Number 5, time delay strategies. These use nonverbal tests to elicit communication. And lastly, number 6, Milieu teaching procedures, which uses prompts and reinforcement to expand communication. Now that we have had an overview of the tools that are used in Milieu teaching, let's go over a few terms that are helpful to note during this presentation. The first is prompt. To prompt is to assist or encourage a speaker to say something. By using prompts, we are giving a signal to the child to do or say something. Enhanced Milieu Teaching uses 4 main prompts. Time delay is a nonverbal cue where the adult waits for 5 seconds with an expectant look on their face and gives the child an opportunity to verbalize before performing the expected action or giving the child the desired object. This kind of prompt offers the least amount of language support. Another kind of prompt is an open prompt. An open prompt uses phrases such as, "What do you want?" to cue the child to verbalize their request. Next, we have choice prompt. This prompt gives the child 2 choices and offers more verbal support by including the answer in the question. Last, we have the say prompt. This prompt offers the highest level of verbal support by telling the child exactly what to say. There are several things we must keep in mind when using prompts. Only use prompts when the child is requesting an object and not using a target. Avoid using more than 1 prompt per minute, as placing too many demands on a child may cause them to be frustrated. Look, we can stand. Do you want the pink one or the green stand?
Pink.
There you go. Nice stamping. What do you want?
Open.
Good talking. Here you go. Mirroring and mapping are also key features of Enhanced Milieu Teaching. Mirroring, or imitating, allows the adult to interact with the child and is a way to respond to the child even when they are not communicating. Mapping is a verbal description of the action or activity the adult and child are engaged in. When mapping and mirroring are paired with an activity that the child likes, they create a rich language learning environment. It is important to know when to use mapping and mirroring. Use these strategies during play when the child is not communicating. Also remember that mirroring comes first, followed by mapping. First, imitate the child's action, and then add the words. Lastly, avoid imitating inappropriate behaviors such as hitting or throwing objects. Incorporating these two skills creates a learning-rich environment and leads to meaningful conversations. That's a cool car. I have a green car, you have a blue car. Next, I will talk about expanding communication. An expansion is when words are added to the child's communication. There are a few ways you can expand communication. One is adding words to gestures. If your child points or reaches for an object, the adult can expand on this by first imitating the child or pointing at the object, and then labeling the object while they point. Another method is expanding vocalizations. If the child says "ah" while driving a car, the adult can then imitate the child's action, drive the car, and say drive. Lastly, we can expand on words. This means adding more words to the child's words. For example, if the child says car while driving a car, the adult can expand on this by driving the car and saying drive car. Connecting the action with an expansion of existing communication makes it more likely that the child will learn the new words. Car. You're right, that's a car. Green car. Parent training is an important part of the enhanced Milieu teaching intervention. This is because parents are a child's first language teacher. In this program, parents are taught the different strategies, they are given models, they are coached by the therapist while engaging with their child, and lastly, they review what they learned. Bubbles. You're right, those are bubbles. We pop bubbles. We can push the car. Nice. Let's race. Ready, set, go. In conclusion, enhanced Milieu teaching techniques are great tools to incorporate into everyday life with your child. These methods allow parents to connect with their children during play while at the same time modeling and expanding on their language and communication skills. Using these methods helps parents provide a good foundation of language and communication for their children. I hope this presentation has been helpful in giving you a basic understanding of ways that these methods can be incorporated into interactions with your child.